Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyeatingstartshere.com. Today I'm going to look at a couple of questions that I get very often. So the first one is what Phil and I eat in a typical day. And I can understand why you would ask that. I would be curious as well. I always post recipes, but they don't really fit into a daily plan. So what Phil and I eat on a regular basis is for breakfast we'll have usually some type of grain, and we like to cook our grain with a lot of water to make sure that it's really easily digested and starts our day off with a nice bit of hydration. So we'll often have oats that we soak overnight, and those we actually don't usually cook. They are cooked in the process of rolling them. They get steamed, so they are partially cooked already. So we just soak them with some flax seeds. Otherwise we'll cook up some rice or some millet or something with extra water, more water than I would cook at dinner. And then we sweeten it with some fruit, often an apple or a pear, or we sometimes do two fruits and then we split them between our bowls. And that's through the winter, and then in the summer we shift to more fruit and less grains, and some mornings no grains at all. Depends how hungry we are. Phil usually needs something more substantial. Then for lunch we'll have a green smoothie, which is some fruit, some greens, some sprouts, and some supplements. We like to put our multivitamins in our smoothies along with some spirulina and hemp protein powder and other stuff like that. We'll give that about half an hour to digest, and then we'll eat a more lunchy type lunch, which usually is a salad, especially through the summer. And I like to add some cooked beans or lentils or split peas or something to the salad at lunch, because I find that's the best time for me to digest the slightly more complicated nutrition of beans. And I like to get a lot of energy at lunch because that's actually my hungriest time of day. And so we'll have it in various forms, so just a simple salad or lettuce wraps, or we might even actually do some sprouted flour wraps occasionally, rice cakes maybe, with a lot of vegetables and some bean dip on top. Anyway, some various form of fresh vegetables with usually some beans and sometimes maybe some grains. And then we'll usually have an afternoon snack. I like to have a little bit of fruit with some nuts or seeds. Usually seeds, actually, they're cheaper. And they have slightly less fat content than nuts. Phil often has another little bowl of oats because he burns more calories than I do. He's a guy, he likes to work out, and we both like to work out, but he has bigger muscles than I do. Then for dinner, we will have usually a grain or a starchy vegetable, my favorite sweet potatoes, and lots more veggies. In the winter I might do some more cooked vegetables. In the summer I'll do some more raw vegetables. Depends on how we're feeling, what the temperature is, what we feel like eating, that kind of thing. I try to tone down the fat at dinner because fat for me takes a long time to digest, and I don't like going to bed with a bunch of food in my stomach. So I'll often put a little bit of fat on Phil's, some seeds, maybe a little bit of oil in a sauce or something. But on mine I try to keep it mostly low in fat, because otherwise I'll be lying there for hours with my meal going through me.